All right. What is liberty? Ask anybody. What is liberty? Oh, well, it's freedom. Freedom. Freedom for what? What does it mean? I want to show you what liberty is. I want to show you what is worth fighting, and I want to show you what common sense is. I want to show you the solution to all of your problems. Man's laws, nature's law. What is nature's law? Nature's law is anything that happens in nature. I have a right to defend myself. Why? Bears do. You know, nobody feels bad. I feel bad for somebody who, thinks they have a right to go up to a baby seal and take a club and beat them to death just for sport, just for fun. We don't have a right to do that because nature it doesn't happen that way. No other animal just beats something to death and just like, that's not nature's law. That's evil. However, do you feel bad for the person that goes and they're going to try to I'm just going to go, and they're fully aware, they have their senses, and they go and, I want to go and just cuddle the kitty cat, and it's a lion and the lion eats them? Nope. Lion has a right to defend itself. Lion feels there's a threat, he's going to eat you. That is nature's law. Man's law is different. Man's law has never been what America is about. Man's law is you must, these are the new ones now, you must raise your child the way the state says. Not even towards common sense. They can come into your house now if you have had your child draw a picture of you with a gun, the state sees that and says, wait a minute, and they knock on your door. What are you going to say to them? Get the hell off. Yeah, so what, my kid drew a picture of me with a gun. We go hunting. That's not what the state does. The state says, we have to now see what's going on in your house. They have a right to come into your house. Man does not have a right to raise his children as he sees fit unless the state says it's okay. You only have insurance if the state approves. When the president said, if you have insurance you like, you can keep it. No, what he meant was, if you have insurance he likes, the system likes, the state likes, then you can keep it. You don't have a right to use the light bulbs or anything else. You don't have a right to drive an old car if they don't say it's not safe. It's not safe not for other people, for you. It's blowing too much blue smoke. It has too much miles per gallon, whatever. They have a right to say you're not going to do it. Okay. You can't fish without a license. You can't hunt without a license. You can't plant food on your own property unless the state says you can do it. There's no natural law that says that. If you have a plot of land, you can plant food there. In fact, I would say nature's law goes a step further. I could plant food wherever I want, Jack. I mean, why do the Indians sell us stuff? The Indians, do you know the Indians? Don't feel bad for the Indians. They sold us Manhattan for beads. Really? Really? Don't feel bad for them. They were mocking us. They made fun of us. They were going back to their tribes. They were like, these guys think we own this land. We don't own this land. That's nature's law. Nobody owns the land. We are stewards of the land. But you can't fish. You can't plant food unless the state says so. You can't feed somebody who is hungry unless the state says and gives you a permit. That's man's law. That's insanity. That is the end of civilization time and time again. Okay? That's where we are. Here's where we used to be. Somewhat. We were never perfect. But this is what we were based on, and the idea was to get closer to this. We've lost all of this. Nature's law, again, you have a right to defend yourself because so does the lion. If the lion is afraid, he has a right to kill you. So do you. You have a right to raise your child. Your child is born to you. That's blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, not people in Washington. I have a right to raise my child as I see fit. Now, we have a responsibility if something is, if I'm beating my child in public or whatever, my kid shows up with black eyes all the time, yeah, we probably should, as neighbors, look in and say, hey, dude, what's going on? I have the right to eat all the trans fats I could get into a 32-ounce cup, a 154 million ounce cup. I can eat whatever I want. Do you understand why people who have cancer and have been given 2 months to live are not allowed to have experimental therapies? I don't, because you can't explain that one to me. It's my body. I'm dying. I choose. I know it. I choose to put this in my body. If I am of sound mind, get the hell out of my way. Nature's law tells me I can do that. Nope. I have a right to live free. See, what liberty means, you have a right to have choices. I love this. The people who are pro-choice, they're not pro-choice. They will fight for the right to kill an unborn baby, but they will fight against your right to have a 32-ounce soda. They will fight against your right to have a cigarette. They will fight against your right to be able to raise your child as you see fit, to homeschool them. That's insane. That's fascism. That's not liberty. Nature's rights. I have a right to live free. I have a right to create. I don't need a permit. I want to build something. I'm going to create. And I have a right to keep the fruit of my labor. Abraham Lincoln said, there is nothing more immoral. This is against slavery. But think of this. With the IRS and what we're doing now. There's nothing more immoral than taking the bread that has been baked by the sweat of another man's brow. In other words, how is it this man is going to go out and cut everything, and then I'm just going to go out and take all of the work that he has done, and I'm just going to take it because it's mine? That was the case against slavery. Abraham Lincoln, I think you're making the case against big government and progressivism. Why? Because he was making a case on nature's law. See, man's law can change. Man's law tells you in China you can have slaves. Nature's law says you can never have slaves. Man's law changes, goes with the wind. This one comes from wisdom. This one comes from arrogance, pride, and greed.